Kia ora koutou, we're doing translations. So, Ako, your learning objective, how to translate a graph, and you should be able to complete these pages by the end of the video. I've got 2 questions for you from the book, and we'll go through them together. Okay, question 1. Y equals blah, translate it 3 units left and 6 units up. So let's draw the original graph first. So y equals x plus 2x minus 4. So the x-intercepts of that graph must be at minus 2 and positive 4. It's the opposite of what you think it is. Minus 2, positive 4. Now there's 2 ways to find the vertex. The first way is my preferred way, it's more visual, but parabolas, any normal parabola that's not scaled, that means there's no 3 or minus 4 or something in front, always follows the pattern where it goes 1 across, 1 up. 1 across, 3 up. 1 across, 5 up. 1 across, 7 up, always by odd numbers. So you can just play around and think, where must the graph be, the vertex, such that it goes 1 across, 1 up, 1 across, 3 up, so on, so on, so on. So where's the midpoint? So let's take off 1 at a time. Where's the line of symmetry of this graph? Okay, it's got to be right there when x is 1. Now let's think about it. So it goes down by 1, by 3, by 5. So I'm thinking possibly it's going to be -7, -8, -9. You're just going to have to play around, but it's actually down here, -9. So let's test it out. Cross by 1, up by 1. Cross by 1, up by 3. Cross by 1, up by 5. Great, that works out. So let me draw my x's. Across by 1, up by 1, 2, 3. All right, and then try to draw a neat parabola, going through all your dots. So that's the first way. I'll show you the second way. If that's too fuzzy-wuzzy for you, then what you can do is just see that it crosses when x is 1. Whoops. When x is 1, and chuck your 1 into the equation. So y equals, and your x's now become 1. So 1 plus 2 times by 1 minus 4, because there's a little times hidden in there. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 minus 4 is minus 3. So 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. So y is minus 9 when? When x is 1, which is exactly what we found visually down there. Okay. All right, now let's move it. Let's translate it 3 to the right. Sorry, 3 to the left. So I'll use a red pen. 1, 2, 3, and then 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So your graph is now with its vertex over there. So it goes 1 across, 1 up. 1 across, 1, 2, 3 up. And so on, so on. Your graph is going to look something like that. Right. So how do you find the equation of this graph? So you find the equation of the graph. Here's how you do it. You get your original graph. Y equals x plus 2, x minus 4. And the 6 units up part is the easiest part. 6 units up, just plus 6 to the entire graph. So let me actually write the new graph down here. So y equals x plus something, x plus something. Okay, then you want to plus 6 to the entire graph. If it moves 3 units to the left, that means you're going to be adding 3 to all of those terms in the brackets. Okay, what does that mean? That means the plus 2 here now becomes a plus 5. And the minus 4 here now becomes a minus 1. And that is your new equation. So let's try one more. Okay, so y equals negative x squared plus 4x. So first off, let's factorize that, because we can't work with it like it currently is. So y equals, let's take out a minus x from both. So factor out that minus x. We're going to be left with x squared minus 4. If you don't believe me, try expanding that out. You're going to end up with minus x squared plus 4x. All right, and maybe just to really make it clear, that's the exact same as minus x plus 0, x minus 4. If you like that notation where it is a plus something minus something. All right, so across is the x-intercept, so the x-intercepts are where? They're at x equals 0, and also at positive 4. Excellent. It's a negative graph, a minus graph, so that means it's upside down. So it's going to be something like that. So our vertex must be somewhere up there. Remember, the vertex is just a turning point. That's the name of the bottom bit. Vertex. So let's find the midpoint. So take 1 off from each side. It's going to be here, where x is 2. So let's substitute that into the equation. Y equals, instead of minus x now, will be minus 2 times 2 minus 4. So that's minus 2 times 2 minus 4 is minus 2, so that'll be 4. Somewhere up there. Drawing your across 1, down 1, across 1, down 3, across 1, down 5. And it should look something like that. Across 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Excellent. Okay, let's move it 5 to the left. So it's like dancing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the left and 3 down. 1, 2, 3. And 2 to the right and 5 to the front. And your vertex should now be here. Okay, and then do the 1 across 1 down stuff as before. Your new graph should be something like that. Let's get the equation, probably the hardest part. So new equation. Okay, the new equation, get our original equation. So let's really highlight that. So I'll put a box around it. That's our original equation. It's moving 5 to the left. So that means 5 to the left means we gotta, so left is normally minus, which means we must add it. So we add 5 to each one, x plus 1. So it becomes x plus 5, x plus 1. And 3 units down, that's the easy part. We just minus 3 from the whole lot. Plus 5, plus 1. And let me check that's correct. So we went 5 to the left each time. So that means that minus 4 there. You would have added 5 to that to get positive 1, yes, and the plus 0 becomes positive 5. Very good. And that's your equation. Just quickly, because I know some of you might send me an email asking about question 5 here. I'll begin it for you. So how do you even begin plotting this graph? Y equals 7 minus x squared. First, I got to rearrange it. So let's chuck the x squared to the left now. Just swap them over. So minus x squared plus 7. All right, I'm not doing anything, just swapping those terms over to make it look more familiar. So y equals minus x squared plus 7. And what is minus x squared? Minus x squared is just the same as minus x plus 0 squared plus 7, if that helps you somewhat. So what can we tell from this graph? We can tell 1 is going to be upside down. because of the minus in front. 2, it's going to cross the x-axis at 0. And 3, it's going to be 7 above the x-axis. Actually, 2 is entirely wrong. Ignore that part. 2 is entirely wrong. But we do know it's going to be upside down because of that minus. The plus 0 here doesn't really tell us much. And the plus 7 means it's going to be 7 above the x-axis. So I'm going to leave you with that. What does the plus 0 mean? I got to think about that actually now. Anyways, hope that was helpful. Thank you.